My name is Laverne Holloway. I am 64 years old, a retired school cafeteria worker, a grandmother of 3. And tonight, my own son has just pushed me and my husband off a cliff. The night air tears the scream right out of my throat as my body drops into the dark. 1 second I am staring into my son's eyes on the edge of the overlook. The next my feet are gone from under me and my fingers are clawing at nothing. The sky flips. The world becomes black rock and cold wind. Laverne. I hear my husband, Cyrus, shout my name as we fall together. His hand grabs mine in midair, fingers rough and strong even now. For one wild heartbeat I see my son's face above us, framed by the orange glow of the truck headlights. His eyes look small and hard, like glass marbles. He does not reach out for us. He lets us go. Then the ground hits. The impact knocks the breath out of my chest. Pain explodes in my back, my right hip. My head smacks against something and a hot, wet warmth spreads into my hair. For a moment there is nothing but ringing in my ears and stars behind my eyes. Laverne. Breathe. Cyrus. His voice is a low groan beside me. I blink and shapes slowly come back. We are not at the very bottom. We are sprawled on a narrow rocky ledge halfway down the cliff. Another few feet and we would have kept falling. Another few feet and there would have been nothing to break us. I try to move my leg. Fire shoots up my side. I bite down on a cry. Above us, gravel skids. Footsteps. Heavy. Slow. I feel more than see my husband's body drag closer to mine. I turn my head with effort. Blood is trickling from his forehead, cutting a dark path down the side of his nose. His eyes, though, are sharp. Focused. Awake. Do not move, he whispers, his lips barely shifting. Do you hear me, Laverne? I swallow, taste metal, and nod the tiniest bit. Pretend we are dead. My heart slams against my ribs. The words dump ice water straight into my veins. I want to ask him why. I want to ask how our own child could do this. I want to scream his name into the night. But the crunch of boots on gravel gets closer, and the sound wraps a cold hand around my throat. So I go still. I let my head roll to the side like it has no more strength. I let my jaw hang slack. I fix my eyes on a crack in the rock and do not blink. I hold my breath so tight my chest burns. Above us, my son Zayden steps to the edge of the cliff. He used to be small enough to fit on my lap. Now I know him by the way his shadow falls over us. Broad shoulders. Long legs. That uneven way he stands, weight always shifted to the right foot. His silhouette looks down for a long time. I feel his gaze like hot coals on my face. Ain't nobody surviving that, another voice says softly. A woman. Young. Smooth. The sound floats down the rock like smoke. My heart twists. That is Kiana. His wife. Zayden breathes out. It is not a sob. It is not a gasp. It is a tired, rough sound, like someone lifting a heavy box and setting it down. They had a good run, he mutters. We did what we had to do. What we had to do. The words stab into me deeper than the jagged rocks under my back. Before I tell you how 2 working-class grandparents ended up bleeding on the side of a cliff because of the child we raised, let me talk to you for just a second. If you are listening to my voice right now, please take a moment to support this story. Tap the like button so more people can hear it. Hit subscribe and turn on your notifications so you never miss the next chapter when it drops. And in the comments, tell me where you are watching from, which city or state, so I know who is sitting with me tonight while I share this. Now, let me go back to this ledge, to this moment, to the sound of my son's voice as he stands above my body and believes I am gone. Kiana sniffles. Do you think God will forgive us? She whispers. Zayden does not answer right away. I can picture his face even without seeing it, the way his jaw tightens when he is thinking, the little scar near his left eyebrow from when he fell off his bike at 8 and I carried him all the way down Maple Street to the clinic. Back then he cried into my neck and held on like I was the only safe place in the world. Now my own son is calculating how long it takes for a body to grow cold. We do not have a choice, he says finally. Mama would have ruined everything. You know that. She would have told. My fingers twitch before I can stop them. Cyrus squeezes my hand. Hard. A warning. I freeze again. The wind whistles up the side of the cliff, carrying their words down to us. My eyes sting, but I do not let tears fall. Dead people do not cry. Ruin what, baby? I want to shout. What did you get yourself into so deep that the only way out was to throw your mama into the dark? Up top, Kiana lets out a shaky breath. Okay, she says. Okay. Then let's go. Someone might come. They will not. It is late, and this overlook is quiet, far from the main road. We used to drive up here for peace. 4 sunsets. 4 birthdays with dollar store cake and folding chairs in the back of the truck. The thought makes my stomach turn. Another shower of loose rocks tumbles past us as they step back. I hear the truck door slam. Then another. The engine starts. Headlights sweep across the cliff face for a brief second, cold white light washing over our crumpled bodies. I keep my eyes just a little open, lashes low, so I can see without moving. In that flash, I see my husband clearly. His chest rises and falls. Slow, controlled. His hand is still wrapped around mine. His face is gray with pain, but there is something burning in his gaze that I have only seen a few times before. Once when his brother tried to cheat him out of their mama's house. Once when Zayden was born and he promised that boy would never go hungry. The truck pulls away. The lights vanish. The night swallows us. For a long moment there is only the sound of the engine fading into the distance. Then silence. Heavy and thick. My lungs scream. I finally drag in a ragged breath and choke on the cold. Are you alive? I whisper. Cyrus swallows hard. His voice is a rough whisper. My leg is bad, Vern. Might be broken. But I am here. My body is a map of pain. My ribs ache. My left arm is numb. But I can feel my fingers and my toes. I am not done yet. Our boy really did it, I say, the words trembling out of me in a voice I barely recognize. He really pushed us. Cyrus closes his eyes for a moment. The youngest of 7 brothers, he grew up on a Texas ranch, tough as boot leather and twice as stubborn. I have seen him stare down bulls and bank managers. Now he looks older than I have ever seen him. We both know how we got here, he says quietly. The money. The land. That secret he was so scared we would talk about. Images tumble through my mind like the rocks that almost killed us. Zayden at 16, storming out of the house. Zayden at 28, smiling in a cheap suit at his wedding. Zayden last month, standing in our living room in that same stiff way, asking about our will with a little too much interest. The letter I found in his car from the bank. The late notices. The rumors in town about the scheme he was running. I did not want to believe it. A good mother always thinks there is a way back. A way to fix it. To talk sense into her child. Maybe I waited too long. We have to get out of here, I say. My teeth chatter as the wind cuts through my thin church sweater. If we stay, we will bleed out. Cyrus turns his head slowly, scanning the rock wall above and below us. The ledge is narrow, barely 2 people wide. Jagged stone rises high above. Below, the black drop swallows the rest. No easy way up. No easy way down. We cannot climb, he says. Not like this. So what do we do, I ask. He looks at me, and in the dark his eyes shine, not with fear, but with something hard. Something steady. We do what I said, Vern. We stay dead. For now. My mouth goes dry. You want the whole town to think we died. He hesitates, then nods. If Zayden thinks we are gone, he will relax. He will make mistakes. And we will see who our son really is. We will see who is standing with him. The thought makes my stomach twist. Funeral. Church folk crying over empty caskets. My grandbaby Janelle asking where Nana went. The police calling it a tragic accident. Our son standing there with dry eyes and a fresh suit, taking our house, our savings, everything we worked for. But under the horror, under the hurt, something else rises inside me. Slow. Quiet. Heavy as stone. Anger. He thinks we are weak, I whisper. He thinks we are old and tired. He thinks pushing us off this cliff is the end. Cyrus squeezes my hand again. Then let him think it, he says. Let him bury us. I stare up at the black slice of sky, the stars cold and distant. Somewhere up there, the same moon is shining over our little house on the corner of Pine and Willow. Over our empty bed. Over the framed school pictures of Zayden and the grandbabies on the wall. My son just tried to kill me. He thinks my story ends here, on this rock. He has no idea who his mother really is. I shift, trying to prop myself against the cliff face. Pain stabs through my hip and my vision blurs. My breath comes shallow and quick. Somewhere, maybe far below, I hear the faint rush of water, a river moving through the darkness. Cyrus, I say, my voice shaking. What if nobody finds us? What if we really die out here? He opens his mouth to answer. Before he can speak, pebbles rattle above us again. I freeze. The sound is slow. Careful. Not like before. Someone is making their way down the side of the cliff, step by step, boots scraping rock. A small rock bounces off my shoulder and skids over the edge of the ledge into the black below. Cyrus looks up, eyes narrowed. Maybe Zayden changed his mind. Maybe he came back to make sure his parents are truly gone. Maybe it is someone else entirely, someone who heard the truck, someone who saw too much. The footsteps stop, just above our ledge. Then a shadow shifts, and a low voice I know all too well drifts down to us. I know y'all are not dead. The voice freezes the blood in my veins. I know y'all are not dead. It is not Zayden. It is not Kiana. This voice is slower, older, heavier. And it belongs to somebody who should not be here at all. A figure lowers himself onto the ledge, one boot sliding carefully, then the other. The moonlight catches his face just enough for me to see the deep lines around his mouth and the gray in his short beard. My heart stops. Uncle Ray. My husband's older cousin. The man who practically raised Cyrus after his mother died. A man who always seemed to know everything happening in town before anyone else. But Ray does not climb cliffs for fun. Ray does not show up without a reason. What are you doing here? Cyrus whispers, shock and pain twisting his words. Ray huffs, crouching beside us. Boy, I have been watching that no-good son of yours for months. I knew trouble was coming. I just did not know it would come tonight. My mouth opens, but no sound comes out. Rage mixes with relief inside me, a hot, dizzying whirl. You saw him do this, I ask finally. You saw Zayden push us. Ray nods once. Slow. Heavy. I was up in the tree line across the overlook. Heard them arguing. Saw him put his hands on you both. Then I saw y'all drop. He shakes his head. My heart dipped straight into my boots. Tears sting my eyes, but I swallow them down. I am too tired to cry. How long have we been down here, I ask. Maybe 20 minutes, Ray says. My phone would not pick up down here. And I could not scream. I did not dare. They would have heard me. Cyrus grits his teeth. You could have got help. Ray leans close, his voice dropping. And you could have died before I got back. Silence settles between us, sharp as broken glass. Ray glances at my hip, then at the blood in my hair. You hurt bad, Laverne, he sighs. Your leg look wrong. But you alive. That is what matters. Can you get us out, I whisper. Ray shakes his head. Not tonight. Not with injuries like this. Climbing back up would kill all of us. And below it's a straight drop to the river. We are stuck on this ledge for now. Fear crawls up my spine. So what do we do, I ask. Ray looks between me and Cyrus, his eyes narrowing with the same heat my husband carries. We play dead. Just like Cyrus said. My husband cuts his eyes toward him. You heard that. I heard everything, Ray says, settling onto the rock. And that boy of yours, he is mixed up in something deep. He has been running around with men from the South County. Dangerous men. They promised him quick money. Land deals. Loans. Maybe worse. My stomach twists. Land deals. Our ranch. Our house. The acre behind the church Cyrus inherited from his grandma. All of it worth more than Zayden ever earned in his life. Did he owe them, I whisper. Ray pauses before he answers. Yes. And if he did not pay up soon, they were coming for him. Cyrus curses under his breath. And you think he figured taking us out would fix that? Ray sighs. I think someone convinced him it would. The words hit like a hammer. Someone. Someone other than Kiana. Someone who knew our land. Someone who needed it. Someone who would not care if we were alive or dead. I close my eyes, and for a moment all I hear is the wind and the river below. So we let the whole town think we died, I say softly. Ray nods. If Zayden believes it, he'll slip. He'll talk to somebody. He might try to move money. Sign something. Or meet with them men again. And when he does, I will be there watching. He looks straight into my eyes. But I am going to need you too strong. Alive. And quiet. My throat feels tight. Cold. Honestly, I am scared. My whole life I have been the one to hold the family together. The one who kept birthdays remembered, bills paid, meals cooked, grandbabies comforted. Now I am part of a secret so heavy it feels like it could crush me. Will the police believe we died, I ask. Ray shrugs. They will when they see that truck skid and that blood up top. They will when they find torn fabric on the rocks. They will call it an accident. And your son will stand right there pretending to wipe tears. A wave of nausea hits me. My son. My baby boy. Standing in front of a fake coffin while my neighbors hold his hand and tell him they are sorry. Cyrus squeezes my hand gently. His voice is steady, but his eyes are stormy. Better he believes it than come back to finish the job. Ray shifts, reaching into his jacket. He pulls out a small water bottle and a folded blanket. I came prepared, he mutters. You'll drink slow. Share. And use this to keep warm. It is gonna get cold before sunrise. I do not argue. My hands shake as I take a weak sip. The water tastes like metal, but I do not care. My throat burns for more. Ray lowers his voice. I am going to stay up there, close enough to watch the road. If they come back, I will know. If anyone else comes, I will know. I will keep you safe tonight. But come morning we need a plan. Cyrus nods. We will think of one. Ray starts to climb back up, slow and careful. When he reaches the first ledge, he turns. Laverne. I look up at him. Keep breathing. You hear me, you are stronger than what they tried to do tonight. I nod. He disappears into the darkness. For a long moment, me and Cyrus sit in silence. The wind whistles. The night presses close. You hurting bad? My husband asks quietly. Yes, I say. But I am here. He lets out a shaky breath. I cannot believe he did this. Our boy. I lean my head against his shoulder. The pain is sharp, but the comfort is sharper. I do not know why he is so desperate, I whisper. But something pushed him to this edge long before he pushed us off it. Cyrus nods slowly. Maybe this was coming for a long time. Maybe we just did not want to see it. My eyes drift up to the sky again. I think about Zayden at 5 years old, running barefoot through sprinklers. I think about him at 12, playing football until his shirt stuck to his back. I think about him at 17, yelling he was grown and slamming the door so hard the pictures rattled. I think about him last week, telling me he needed to talk. That he was in trouble. That he could fix it, if only we would help him. If only we would sign the papers. Land papers. House papers. Everything we owned. We said no. And now here we are. The cold digs deeper into my bones. I pull the blanket around my shoulders. Cyrus whispers, "We will survive this, Vern. And when we get off this ledge, we are going to find out who put that fear in our son's chest. And we are going to face them." I nod, swallowing hard. We are not done. Not tonight. Not ever. But before I can say another word, a sound cuts through the darkness. Voices. Low. Deep. More than one. Someone is back on the overlook. Ray does not call out. He does not warn us. Which means only one thing. He cannot speak. He cannot move. He is hiding. And whoever has come back is dangerous. I grab Cyrus' hand, my heartbeat thundering in my ears. The men above speak in hushed tones. One of them says something that rips the breath right out of me. "You sure the old folks are gone? Zayden better be." Boss said no loose ends. There is a long pause. Then my son's voice answers. "They are gone. I made sure." And then he adds something that nearly stops my heart. "But if they are not truly dead, I know how to find them." The words sink into me slow and cold, like water rising around my throat. But if they are not truly dead, I know how to find them. I feel Cyrus flinch beside me. Even in the darkness, I know my husband's jaw has locked tight, the way it always does when his anger is dangerously quiet. My fingers grip his harder, as if my hand can keep him steady, keep both of us calm. Above us, boots scrape across gravel again. 3 sets. Heavy. Confident. Men who have no fear of what they just did. Or who they just tried to kill. "Who are these people?" Cyrus whispers, barely moving his lips. His voice is so thin, so fragile, it almost does not sound like him. I shake my head, even though he can barely see me. The men speak again. One of them has a deep, slow drawl. Southern. Rough. "So this the spot the cliff boss said it was further south?" Zayden responds quickly. "No. This is it. I came back to be sure. Came back. To check the bodies. To finish the job if needed." I want to scream. I want to call his name until the sound bounces off the rocks. But Cyrus squeezes my hand again, sharp and deliberate. "Silent. Stay silent." The other man scoffs. "You better be right, kid. If them two are alive, that is coming back on all of us." Another voice joins in. Lighter. Nervous. "I still ain't comfortable with this. Killing your own mom and dad, you sure this is necessary?" Silence hangs. Thick. Ugly. Then my son's answer lands like a blade. "They were going to talk. They were going to ruin everything." My voice cracks. He sounds like he has been crying, but I know my boy. Those ain't tears. That is fear. Panic. And something worse. Zayden continues. "I had no choice. They were going to tell the bank. And when the bank calls the sheriff, my entire deal falls apart. I lose everything. And then you'll come for me next." The nervous man mutters. "Boss already mad you behind on payments." Payments. My breath stutters. Cyrus and Ray were right. Our son owed dangerous people. And whatever deal he made, it was worth more to him than our lives. The deep voice speaks again. "Stop fussing. Show us the edge. We ain't got time to stand around." We hear footsteps moving closer to the cliff. Rocks fall. The ledge beneath us vibrates. If they lean over too far. If they look down with a flashlight. If they see even one of us breathing. We are done. Cyrus shifts the smallest bit, his voice tight with pain. "Vern. Lie flat. Now." I lower myself to the rock. Every bone screams, but I go still, pressing my cheek to the cold stone. Above us, something lights up. A beam. A flashlight. It sweeps over the cliff. Down, down, Too close. Cyrus turns his face toward me, his voice barely a breath. Do not blink. No matter what. The light hits the edge of our ledge. A burst of white. Sharp. Blinding. I close my eyes to slits so I do not flinch. The beam brushes my hair. If it moves 1 inch lower, they will see me breathing. The men above murmur. See anything? Nah. Nothing. They down in the river for sure. Zayden exhales. Long, slow. Relief. As if killing us was a job he can finally clock out from. I feel something break inside me. Not a bone. Something deeper. The nervous man asks, want to go down and check the water? The deep voice snaps. For what 2 old bodies in the river ain't climbing out? Come on. Let's get to the truck. Boss waiting. The flashlight clicks off. Footsteps move away. For a long moment, nobody speaks. Not Zayden. Not the men. Then we hear car doors. The engine starts. And the truck drives off, the sound fading into the night. Silence returns, heavy and suffocating. I finally let out a breath I have been holding for too long. Cyrus whispers, they gone. But he does not sound relieved. He sounds hollow. My son. Our son. Standing up there plotting our deaths like he is taking out trash. Why I choke out. Why would he do this to us? Cyrus closes his eyes. Because he thinks we are in the way. Because someone promised him more than we ever could. Because he is drowning in something he cannot get out of. But that answer is not enough. Not for a mother. Before I can ask anything else, a rustling comes from above the ledge. A whisper. Laverne, keep quiet, it is me. I look up. A shadow drops low. Ray. He climbs down again, slower this time, careful not to lose his footing. He crouches on the ledge beside Cyrus, chest heaving. They gone. But they coming back. Your boy ain't done. He scared. He sloppy. He gonna check around again tomorrow. My throat tightens. Tomorrow. We cannot still be on this ledge by tomorrow. Ray continues. We need to move at first light. Before Zayden does. Move where I whisper. I can barely feel my hip. Ray tilts his head toward the cliff wall. There is a narrow path down the west side. Old rancher's trail. Steep, but it leads to a hunting cabin near the river. Nobody uses it no more. If we make it there, I can hide you both. Cyrus nods once. We move at dawn. Ray looks at me, his eyes softening. Laverne, I know you hurting. But you tough. You always been tough. You can do this. I swallow. The fear. The pain. The heartbreak. He is right. I have survived everything life ever threw at me. But nothing ever cut me like tonight. Cyrus shifts closer to me. We rest for now, Vern. Big day coming. I nod. Ray climbs back up to his hiding spot above. Then night settles over us, thick and endless. 4 hours, I lie awake, listening to the wind, the river, my own heartbeat. I think of Zayden at 5, at 12, at 17, at 28, at the cliff. I try to understand where I lost him. Where he lost himself. Somewhere, a bird cries out in the dark. A chill runs through me. Cyrus falls asleep leaning against the wall, his breath shallow with pain. I stare up at the sky and whisper into the darkness. Baby boy, you do not know it yet. But you just woke something in me you cannot bury. Then I hear a sound that makes my blood turn cold. Branches snapping. Leaves shifting. Footsteps. Not from the road above. From below. From the river. Someone is climbing up toward our ledge. The sound is faint at first. A soft crunch. A shift of leaves. Then another. Then another. My breath catches. Cyrus hears it too. His eyes snap open, alert despite the pain. He grips my hand, and even though his fingers are trembling, the message is clear. Do not move. We listen. The steps grow louder. Slow. Careful. Coming from below the ledge. Not the road. Not the overlook. Not the men who left. Something else. Someone is climbing up the cliff face from the river shore. Cyrus leans the smallest bit toward me. Vern. Whoever that is. They knew where to look. His voice is barely air, but I feel the fear behind it. We press ourselves close to the rock wall, bodies stiff and still, my heart beating wild in my chest. Another rock slips. A hand grabs the ledge. Fingers curl over the edge. For a moment I think I will faint. Then a head lifts into view. Moonlight hits a familiar face. Tall. Skinny. About 17. Wearing a dirty brown hoodie and torn jeans. My voice bursts out before I can stop it. Tremaine. The boy looks up fast, eyes wide. Nana Laverne, is that you? Cyrus whispers harshly. Put your head down, child, before somebody sees you. Tremaine pulls himself fully onto the ledge, breathing hard. His chest is rising and falling like he ran the whole way here. Lord have mercy, I whisper, touching his arm. I almost died seeing your face appear like that. Cyrus mutters. You damn near sent me to glory. Tremaine shakes his head hard. Nana, I heard everything. I heard Zayden. I heard them men. I saw their truck leaving. I hid in the woods near the river until they were gone. My heart thumps. This boy is Zayden's own nephew. My grandbaby's friend. Only 17, but smart and quiet. The kind who notices everything. You saw them push us, I ask. He nods, jaw tight. I could not get up here fast enough. I tried climbing 2 times but slipped. This is the 3rd. I thought y'all was gone. He swallows. I thought I lost y'all. Cyrus puts a hand on his shoulder. You should not have come down here, son. It is dangerous. Tremaine shakes his head again. Y'all raised me. I was not leaving you to die. Those words hit me harder than the fall ever did. My own son left me. But this boy climbed a cliff in the dark just to see if I was alive. He sits between us, trembling from the cold. Nana. Zayden ain't just in trouble. He in deep. Real deep. People in town been talking. He got mixed up with a man they call Bishop. Cyrus stiffens. Ray told us about him, I say. Dangerous man. Runs the land scams down south. Tremaine nods fiercely. Bishop is worse than that. Folks say he uses fear to get what he wants. If somebody owes him money, he comes for everything they own. Land. Cars. Houses. Whatever they got. And if they do not pay, he pauses. They disappear. A chill sweeps over my spine. Cyrus breathes out slow. Our boy is running with devils. Tremaine looks up at me, guilt swimming in his brown eyes. Zayden asked me to help him last week. Said he needed someone to lie for him at the bank. To pretend I was a contractor working with him. I said no. Nana, he got so mad he punched the wall. I ain't never seen him act mean like that. My heart twists. I know that anger. I saw it simmer in him when he was young but tried my best to calm it. But something in him broke over the years. Greed. Fear. Shame. Maybe all 3. Tremaine continues. He told me Bishop wanted your land real bad. That the land was worth more than y'all knew. Something about a pipeline. I did not understand it. But he said Bishop would pay him big if he delivered the deed. Pipeline. My breath hitches. Months ago, a letter came about land survey rights near our property. I tossed it aside without reading it fully, figuring it was just another company trying to snoop around. But what if that land was worth millions? What if someone told Zayden he could have a piece of that money? Or all of it? If we signed it over or disappeared? Tremaine fidgets with his hoodie strings. Zayden kept saying, my folks standing in my way. They holding my future hostage. A tear spills down my cheek before I can stop it. Cyrus reaches and wipes it with his thumb. Do not cry for him, Vern. Not tonight. I nod, swallowing the heartbreak. Tremaine shifts closer. Ray been watching everything. He told me to come through the woods tonight in case y'all survived. He said if y'all were alive, y'all would be on the ledge. He said y'all smart, tough, hard to kill. Cyrus huffs. Ray talking too much. Tremaine lets out a shaky breath. He waiting for y'all up near the ridge. Said he can get you to his old truck at dawn. But Bishop's men are checking roads. Y'all got to move early before they come back. My stomach knots. That means we only have a few hours to rest. A few hours before a hunt begins. A hunt that is meant for us. Cyrus pulls the blanket around me again, his movements stiff. We move at first light. Barely enough time to make that cabin safe. Tremaine nods. I can guide y'all down. I know the trail. I used to hunt rabbits near the river. Cyrus turns. Boy, that path is dangerous. We do not want you risking yourself again. Tremaine lifts his chin. If I leave y'all alone, you won't make it down at all. He says it plain. True. Hard. No hesitation. This child is braver than some grown men I know. I reach for his hand. Thank you, baby. He swallows hard. I got y'all. I promise. We settle in as best we can. Cyrus leans against the cliff wall, grimacing every time he shifts his leg. I lay on my side, my hip throbbing. Tremaine sits between us, alert, his ears tuned to every sound in the night. Hours crawl by. The air grows colder. The wind sharpens. My eyes keep drifting closed, but each time I hear a branch snap or stone fall, my heart jumps. Around 4 in the morning, Tremaine nudges me softly. Nana. It is almost dawn. I blink awake. Cyrus stirs beside me. Tremaine points to the faint gray light peeking through the treetops. We got to go. Now. Before your son comes back. I brace my hands against the rock and try to sit up. Pain shoots through me so hard I gasp. Cyrus grips my arm. You okay, Vern? No. But I nod anyway. Tremaine stands, steady and watchful. I will go first, he says. I know where the trail starts. Follow my steps exactly. Do not slip. Cyrus pulls himself up, biting down on a groan. The sky turns a little brighter. And then we hear it. Tires. On gravel. Slow. Creeping. A truck. Coming back. Cyrus and I lock eyes, terror flashing between us. Tremaine whispers urgently. Go. Go now. We move. But before my foot hits the narrow trail, a man's voice calls out from above. All right. Search the edge again. The boss wants proof this time. 3 men. Boots stomping. They are early. They are armed. They are looking. Cyrus grabs my shoulder. Vern. They gonna see us. Tremaine looks up toward the top of the cliff. If they see you too, they will not shoot you. They will shoot me. Then he says something that turns my stomach to ice. I will distract them. You'll go. No. 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 I grab his arm. Baby, they will kill you. He shakes his head. Maybe. But if you'll stay here, they kill all 3 of us. And you the ones they really want gone. Then, before I can speak another word, Tremaine cups my cheek with his cold hand. Nana. Please. Let me do this. A voice booms above. I heard something. Somebody's down there. Shine the light. Tremaine shoves us toward the trail. Go. Then he steps back to the ledge, takes a deep breath, and does the unthinkable. He shouts loud enough to shake the whole cliff. Hey. Down here. The flashlight snaps on. Boots rush to the edge. Cyrus grabs me. The trail waits below. If we run now, we live. If we stay, we die. But behind us, on the ledge, stands a 17-year-old boy who just sacrificed himself for us. The scream still hangs in the air, echoing off the cliff walls, long after Tremaine's voice goes quiet. Hey, down here. For a heartbeat, everything stops. Then chaos. Flashlights explode over the edge, beams slicing through the half-light of dawn. Gravel rains down. Boots scrape. Men shout. And Tremaine stands there on the ledge, tall and thin, shoulders squared like he has been waiting his whole life for this one moment. Cyrus jerks my arm. Vern, we got to go now. My legs wobble beneath me, pain burning through my hip, but I force myself forward because Cyrus is right. If we stay, we die. If we move, we live. And Tremaine is buying us seconds he should never have had to give. We drop onto the narrow trail. It is barely more than a strip of dirt scratched into the cliff face, with poor footing and a sheer drop waiting to swallow anyone who slips. Cyrus leans heavily on me, and I brace against him. We move slow, quiet, bent low. Above us, a man yells. What the hell, who is that? It ain't the old folks. Shine the light. Cyrus and I crouch, praying the beam does not catch us. Tremaine shouts again, louder, stronger this time. Leave them alone. They gone already. I was the one you saw. Lies. Beautiful lies. Spoken with a courage that makes my throat burn. One of the men growls. Grab the kid. Bring him up. No. 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 I want to turn around. I want to throw myself between him and danger. I want to save him the way he saved us. But Cyrus' hand clamps over mine. If you turn back, we all die, Vern. That boy knew what he was doing. My eyes fill with tears. Silent. Hot. I keep moving. Feet sliding. Hands gripping rock. Every breath a knife. The ledge narrows. The cliff drops deeper. Cyrus leans heavier against me, his leg shaking, his face gray. He whispers, Vern, I am losing strength. Hold me steady. I do. We take another step. And another. Above us, more shouting. He is getting away. Block him. Grab him. Tie him up. My heart squeezes. My soul twists. Tremaine. A child I tucked into blankets after Sunday service. A boy who sat at my kitchen table eating peach cobbler with my grandchildren. A teenager who looked up to Zayden the way sons look up to fathers. Now he is alone. Facing grown men with guns. To save me. The trail slopes downward, winding toward the river. It's steep, but safer than the ledge above. For a moment, I almost believe we might make it. Then we hear it. A scream. High. Short. Cut off. Tremaine. My knees buckle. I hit the ground hard. Cyrus catches my arm, but even he sways. Lord, no, I whisper. Please, no. Cyrus pulls me forward. We cannot stop Vern. Not here. Not now. But I am shaking so bad the whole cliff seems to tremble with me. What did they do to him, Cyrus? I sob. He is just a boy. Cyrus' voice breaks too. I know. I know, Vern. We keep moving. The sun peeks over the trees now, lighting the trail in a soft orange glow. Our breath shows in the cold air. Every shadow looks like danger. Every loose stone feels like the end. Then, faint in the distance, a whistle cuts through the morning. 3 short whistles. Ray. A signal. We are close. Cyrus grips my hand tighter. That is Ray up ahead. We can make it. I do not answer. I am still thinking about Tremaine. About the scream. About what those men might be doing to him right now. He saved us. And it might cost him everything. The trail widens as we approach the base of the cliff. We turn a corner and see Ray crouched behind a dead fallen log, motioning sharply. Come on. Hurry. Cyrus limps faster. I help him. My bones ache, but fear shoves me forward. We stumble behind the log. Ray grabs us both. You two all right? Did they see you? Cyrus shakes his head. They saw the boy. Ray curses under his breath, his eyes going dark. Tremaine came after y'all, he is a good kid. But them men, they are not gonna let him walk. I grab Ray's arm. We cannot leave him, we got to help him. Ray shakes his head hard. You can barely stand, Laverne. Cyrus' leg is broke. You'll go up that trail and try to fight grown men with guns, you would die before you made 10 steps. I refuse to accept it. Ray, there must be something we can do, he saved our lives. Ray's voice softens. And we honor that by staying alive. If we die now, his sacrifice is wasted. The words hit like stones. I swallow the pain. Cyrus whispers. We move to the cabin. Hide there. Then we find a way to bring the truth out. Expose Bishop. Expose the men. And maybe we can help that boy if he is still alive. If. The word lashes across my chest like a whip. Ray pulls out a small walkie radio. I been listening in. They caught him. They got him up on the overlook now. They asking him who else knows. My breath catches. Lord help that child. Ray continues, voice low. They think he is lying. They think he is hiding something. They going to rough him up until he talks. A tear falls down my cheek. He does not know anything, I whisper. Nothing but that we alive. And he used that truth to save us. Ray places a heavy hand on my shoulder. Then we better make it count. He points toward the trees. The cabin is 2 miles that way. Quiet. Hidden. Bishop's men won't find it easy. Cyrus presses his hand on mine. We will come back for Tremaine, Vern. I promise you that. But right now we survive. I nod, though it feels like my whole chest is caving in. Ray helps Cyrus stand fully, his arm slung across Ray's shoulder. I follow close, limping but determined. We disappear into the tree line as the morning light grows stronger. Behind us, on the cliff, voices shout again. Answer the question, boy. Tell us who else knows. Tell us. Or we will make you talk. The sound tears my heart clean in two. But I keep walking. My son tried to kill me. Bishop wants our land. Tremaine is suffering because he protected us. And as we push deeper into the woods, something changes inside me. A cold, powerful calm settles over my bones. They think they broke me. They think I am done. They think I am weak because I am old and hurting. They do not know me at all. I whisper into the cold air. Hold on, Tremaine. Hold on, baby. I am coming back for you. And when I do, everyone who put you in danger, everyone who tried to bury me, everyone who thought this cliff was the end, they will learn exactly what kind of woman Laverne Holloway really is. Because this story is not ending on a ledge. And it is not ending in fear. It is only beginning. Ray pushes us deeper into the woods, moving fast but careful. Every few steps he pauses, listening, scanning the trees, watching the ridge behind us. Cyrus leans heavily on his shoulder. His breathing grows rough, uneven. His leg is swelling bad. I know he's in pain so fierce it would drop a younger man, but he keeps going. Because he has always been the kind to walk through fire for the people he loves. Me. I keep looking back. Every rustle of branches. Every snap of a twig. Every echo off the cliff. All I can hear is Tremaine's scream. And the voices of those men. Bring him up. Tie him. Make him talk. Ray must hear the tremble in my breath, because he suddenly says without turning, "Don't let your mind go back there, Vern. Not right now. You need your strength." My voice cracks. Ray, they are hurting him. Maybe worse. He did nothing but try to help us. Ray stops walking. He turns to me slowly, and for the first time since we fell from that cliff, I see fear flicker in his eyes. But there's something else there too, respect. Laverne, that boy is brave. Brave like few folks I have known. But you rushing back there ain't saving him. It is putting all 3 of you in the ground. Bishop's men are watching that ledge. They waiting to see if you'll show yourselves. His voice deepens. They expecting you to come running. That is the trap. You hear me, that is the trap. Cyrus squeezes my hand. Vern. He is right. If we go now, we fail that boy twice. I clench my jaw until it aches. He is right. And it makes the pain even worse. We start moving again. The trees thicken. Bird calls echo. A deer darts through the brush ahead of us. If this were any other morning, I would stop to breathe it in. The quiet, the peace, the smell of pine after dawn. But right now, every beauty in this forest feels like a knife twisting in my side. After nearly a mile, the ground slopes upward in a slow rise. Ray guides us onto a new trail, one that looks like it has not been used in years. Fallen leaves cover half of it. Pine needles mask the rest. This way, Ray mutters. Cabins up the ridge. Cyrus stumbles. His knee gives. Ray and I grab him before he collapses. Vern. Cyrus murmurs through clenched teeth. I ain't sure how far I can walk. I cup his face gently. You walking as far as it takes, Cyrus Holloway. I ain't letting go of you. You hear me, you hear me. He nods slowly. Ray reaches inside his jacket and hands me a small cloth bundle. Here. Found this in my emergency kit. Pain pills. Not much. But it'll keep him steady. Cyrus swallows them dry, then straightens with a groan. We move again. Minutes drag. The forest grows quiet. Too quiet. The kind of quiet that means someone is listening. Watching. I feel it. Ray feels it. Even Cyrus stiffens. Ray lifts his hand, signaling us to stop. We freeze. The wind shifts. And suddenly, faint and far behind us. A gunshot. My breath rips out of me. Tremaine. Ray grabs my arm before I can turn. No. That shot wasn't at you. It wasn't close. Might not even be him. Could be a warning. Could be anything. But if you run toward it, you dead before you get 10 feet. But I heard it. I felt it in my bones. Ray whispers sharply. Laverne. Listen to me. His voice steadies, like a man anchoring a ship in a storm. If that boy is alive, he needs you to live too. You being alive is the only way any of this gets exposed. Bishop's men will not talk unless someone presses them. The sheriff will not listen unless someone unmasks the truth. And Zayden. He pauses. His jaw tightens. Your son will not face what he did unless you stand to face him. My throat burns. Ray continues. So you keep walking. You hear that gunshot, you pray. But you keep walking. Or everything ends right here. I close my eyes. I inhale the cold morning air. I feel my legs trembling. Then I nod. We go. Ray gives one sharp, approving nod and pushes forward. The forest thickens again. A blanket of fog settles low across the ground. Cyrus' breaths grow harder, but he keeps pace. After another half-mile climb, Ray suddenly stops and points ahead. There. A small wooden cabin, half swallowed by trees, appears through the fog. Old but standing firm. Windows boarded. Chimney cracked. Moss creeping along the roof like soft green fur. Hope flickers in my chest. We made it. Ray leads us around the back, pushes open a warped door, and helps us inside. The cabin smells of dust and old wood. Ray sets Cyrus down on a beat-up couch and checks his leg. Broken clean, Ray mutters. But stable. We will splint it in a bit. Cyrus nods weakly. Ray hands me a blanket. I wrap it around Cyrus and sink onto the floor beside him, exhaustion rolling through me like a heavy tide. Ray pulls out his walkie again, turning the volume low. Static. Then a faint voice crackles through. Not words, but a groan. A boy's groan. My heart leaps. Tremaine. Ray holds up a hand, signaling silence. Another crackle. Then a muffled sentence. Get him in the truck. Boss wants him alive. 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 The strength leaves my body all at once, and my knees hit the floor. Tears spill over my cheeks, soft and silent. Cyrus lets out a long, shaky breath. Ray lowers the radio, grave but steady. We got time. That means he bought y'all more than just a chance to run. He bought you time. And we ain't wasting it. Cyrus turns to me. Vern, we are going to get that boy back. And we're going to bring all this into the light. But the question that has been growing inside me all morning finally bursts out. And our son. Ray meets my eyes. We will deal with him too. I shake my head slowly. No. Not we. Me. Ray studies me, his expression unreadable. Cyrus touches my hand gently. Vern. I look at both men, the one who saved me as a child, and the one who has loved me for 40 years, and I feel something shift inside me. I am not just a wounded mother anymore. I am not just a victim. I am a woman with nothing left to fear, and nothing left to lose. I straighten my back, my voice steady. When this is over, I will look Xaden in the eye. I will ask him why. And he will answer me. He will finally answer me. But before that, we get Tremaine back. Ray nods. Then that is our mission. Cyrus squeezes my fingers. I love you, Vern. I rest my forehead against his. I love you too. Ray steps toward the window, peeking through a crack in the old boards. Movement on the ridge, he whispers. They searching the woods. Cyrus grips my hand. Vern. They coming. Ray turns, jaw set. Then it's time for y'all to hide. Now. Before they find this place. My pulse pounds. I stand slowly. Because I already know. Once Bishop's men reach this cabin, this story won't be running anymore. It is about to explode. Ray's voice slices through the room like a warning bell. They getting closer. We got minutes at most. The cabin suddenly feels smaller. The air tighter. The walls closer. Cyrus tries to push himself up, but his leg gives out. He winces hard. I kneel beside him. No. You stay down. You move wrong, that leg turns bad. Ray snaps open a wooden chest in the corner. Inside, rope, an old hunting jacket, a cracked flashlight, and a shotgun so old it looks like it survived 2 world wars. Ray lifts it, checking the chamber. Still 2 shells. Enough to scare them. Maybe enough to drop one. My heart jumps. Ray. What you planning? He does not look at me. Buying y'all a few minutes. Cyrus shakes his head. No. We stay together. I ain't letting you go out there alone. Ray turns sharply. You ain't in shape to argue. And I ain't asking permission. I am telling you what time it is. It lands like thunder. I grab Ray's sleeve. Please. They will kill you. Ray finally looks at me. His dark eyes soften. Somebody has to run interference, girl. If they find you, they will finish what your son started. And I ain't losing family today. Not you. Not Cyrus. Not that boy Tremaine. His voice shakes only once. Not again. Again. The word stops me. Ray never talks about the past. Not the things he lost. Not the family he watched crumble while trying to hold Cyrus and me together. He loads the shotgun slow and steady. You'll hide behind the root cellar. There is a trapdoor under that rug. Go down. Shut it. Do not make a sound. No matter what you hear. Cyrus stares at him. Ray, you ain't winning against Bishop's men alone. Ray cracks a grim smile. I ain't here to win. I am here to stall. A pounding noise interrupts him. A door slams somewhere outside. Boots. Voices. They hear. Ray pushes the rug aside, revealing a square trapdoor with rusted hinges. Down. Cyrus reaches for me. We slide together into the dark hole, the dirt cold against my palms. Ray lowers the door halfway, his face framed by the dim cabin light. Vern. I look up. You stay alive. Both of you. And when this is over, you tell the truth. All of it. Make sure folks know what happened on that cliff. I nod, tears burning hot in my eyes. Ray gives the tiniest smile. Good. Now hush. He shuts the lid. Darkness swallows us. I crouch beside Cyrus, his hand gripping mine tight. The cellar is small, barely big enough for the two of us. Dirt walls. Damp hair. Dust thick on my tongue. Above us, the cabin grows still. Then, bam. The front door explodes open. Boots storm inside. Ray's voice booms. This is private property. You'll better explain what you doing here. A man snarls. We looking for two old folks. And a kid. All three in the woods. We know they came this direction. Cyrus squeezes my fingers. Stay quiet, Vern. I nod, heart slamming so hard I feel it in my teeth. Ray spits back. Ain't seen nobody but deer all morning. Now get off my land. A punch lands. Furniture crashes. Ray grunts, a deep, rough sound that scrapes my soul. I grab the cellar wall to stay steady. Men shout. Tell us where they are, old man. Tell us or we fix your mouth. Another crash. Ray groans. I choke back a sob. Cyrus' voice breaks in a whisper. Vern. He doing this for us. Don't ruin it. Ray shouts again, breathless but fierce. I told you. I ain't seen nothing. A slap echoes. Then a sickening thud. I cover my mouth. Cyrus pulls me against him, his voice trembling with rage. He holding them off. Lord, he holding them off. Above, a man growls. If you won't talk, your truck will tell us. Doors slam. Footsteps rush outside. Ray coughs, a wet, painful sound. Then he whispers something too soft to make out. The cabin creaks. More boots stomp out. Silence. Cyrus whispers. Maybe they left. Maybe Ray scared them off. But I know better. Bishop's men do not leave empty-handed. Minutes stretch long and thin. Then a roar rips through the forest. The truck engine. Revving. Spinning. Peeling away. Directions. North. Toward the dirt road that leads back to town. Toward Tremaine. Toward my son. Toward Bishop. But not toward us. Ray bought us time. Time he paid for in blood. I touch the trapdoor gently. Ray. The engines fade. The forest grows quiet again. Cyrus whispers. I think they gone. Still, we do not move. Not until my heartbeat stops thundering. Not until every bird call feels natural again. After what feels like an hour, maybe two, Cyrus reaches for the trapdoor. He pushes. Slow. Careful. It opens. Light pours into the cellar. Ray lies on the floor. Face bruised. Blood on his lip. Breathing ragged. Alive, but only barely. I crawl to him, falling to my knees beside his body. Ray, I whisper. Can you hear me? His eyelids flutter. Girl, you too all right? I nod fast, crying hard now. Yes. Yes, Ray. We here. We alive. He smiles weakly. Good. Then listen close. We ain't got long. Cyrus kneels on his other side. What did they want, Ray? Ray swallows painfully. They heading back to Bishop. Zayden with them. And they got the boy tied up in the back. They said Bishop wants to finish things himself. My stomach drops. Finish things. Ray continues. Bishop's ranch. East Ridge. You know it, Laverne. That old place with the grain silos. They taking Tremaine there. And when they get there, your son gonna choose a side for real. I feel the ground tilt beneath me. Ray grips my arm, strength fading. You want to save that boy, you want the truth from your son, you got to get there before Bishop does. Cyrus looks at me. Vern, can you do it? Do it. I think of Tremaine screaming. I think of Ray lying broken on this floor. I think of Bishop's men hunting us. I think of my son, my baby, pushing me off a cliff. Something hot and powerful rises in my chest. Not fear. Not grief. Purpose. I stand slowly. My voice steady. Where is the spare truck, Ray? He points with a trembling hand toward the back shed. Keys. Under the seat. I squeeze Ray's hand. Hold on. We coming back for you. His eyes close briefly. I know you will. Cyrus grips my shoulder. Then let's move, Vern. But when he tries to stand, his injured leg buckles. I catch him. Cyrus. Your leg. He looks straight into my eyes. I ain't letting you face Bishop alone. If I got to crawl, then I crawl. I help him to his feet. He braces against me, jaw tight, determined. Ray whispers one last warning. Bishop won't expect you. Zayden won't either. That is your advantage. Use it. I nod. Because we are no longer running. We are coming. And for the first time since that cliff, I know exactly who I am. Laverne Holloway. A mother. A survivor. A storm coming for the men who tried to bury me. Cyrus leans close as we move toward the shed. Vern. Whatever happens next, I finish it for him. We finish it together. And for the first time since the darkness began, I believe we will. Ray's words echo in my mind long after we slip out the back of the cabin. Bishop won't expect you. Zayden won't either. That is your advantage. I cling to those lines like rope on a cliff face. The sun climbs higher, spilling gold over the trees. The forest looks calm, peaceful. But the peace is a lie. Every bird call sounds like a warning. Every shadow looks like a watcher. Every breath feels like it might be our last if we are not careful. Cyrus leans on me heavily as we cross the yard toward the shed. His injured leg drags, but his grip around my shoulder is firm. You holding up, I whisper. Barely, he murmurs. But I am not stopping. His jaw is tight, sweat glistening on his forehead, but the fire in his eyes is the same fire that carried him through every storm of our life together. I open the shed door. The rusty hinges shriek. Inside, dust swirls through thin beams of sunlight. In the corner sits Ray's old Chevy truck, a faded red beast from the 80s, dented and worn, but breathing stubborn life even in its age. Cyrus leans against the wall while I tug the door open wider and climb inside the driver's seat. The keys are right where Ray said, tucked under the seat on a broken metal clip. Lord, thank you, I whisper. The engine coughs once. Twice. Then roars alive. Cyrus limps to the passenger side. I jump out and help lift him in. His breath hisses through his teeth as he settles. You good, he nods. Good. Because once we leave these trees, we ain't slowing for nothing. He grips my hand. I am with you, Vern. Till the end. I squeeze back. No. Till we win. I back the truck out of the shed, tires crunching through leaves, and steer toward the old dirt road Ray told us about, the one that cuts toward Bishop's ranch on the East Ridge. As we roll onto the path, the trees thin and the mountains sharpen in the distance. Then a single truth hits me like fire. This is not just about survival now. This is about justice. For me. For Cyrus. For Tremaine. And maybe, if God still has mercy, for my son. The road is bumpy and jagged, but the truck holds steady. Dust rises behind us like a trail of smoke. Cyrus leans back, breathing hard, pain written across his face. I touch his arm gently. We almost there. He nods, jaw clenched. As we come around a bend, a long valley opens before us. And there it is. Bishop's ranch. Wide fields. Tall metal silos. A long dirt driveway. An old farmhouse with a new truck parked out front. And behind the barn, a dark tent. Large. Closed. Guarded. My heartbeat kicks harder. That is where they are keeping him, Cyrus whispers. Tremaine. And Zayden. And Bishop. And whatever evil brought us to that cliff. I pull the truck off the road at the edge of the woods so it is hidden. Cyrus shifts, breathing sharply. You stay here, Vern. I will go with you in spirit, but physically. Cyrus Holloway, I say before he finishes, I done buried too many pieces of myself over the years trying to keep peace in this family. I buried my voice. I buried my strength. I buried my dreams. I take his hand and lift it to my cheek. I am not burying you. And I am not walking into that place without the man who survived that fall with me. He nods slowly, proud and hurting. Together, then. Together. I help him out of the truck. He leans heavy on me, but he's steady enough to move. We slip through the trees, circling the ranch until we get a clear view of the tent. 2 men guard the front entrance. One smokes. One paces. Inside the tent, faint yelling echoes. A younger man's voice. Choked. Fighting. Tremaine. Cyrus touches my shoulder. Vern. What is the plan? My chest tightens. The truth is, I am walking into hell with no plan but my anger and God's grace. But the moment I see the farmhouse door open, everything inside me goes cold. Zayden steps out. My son. His clothes are clean. His hair brushed. No bruises. No blood. He stands tall, shoulders squared, like a man finally ready to claim something that never belonged to him. My breath shatters silently inside my chest. Cyrus whispers. He looks calm. Like he think this all his. Then Bishop walks out behind him. Large. Gray beard. Coat lined with fur. Eyes black as oil. He claps a hand on Zayden's back as if praising a faithful dog. Proud of you, son. Tough choices make strong men. Zayden smiles a small, lifeless smile. I did what I had to do. My knees threaten to buckle. My son. My baby boy. Speaking like a stranger. Bishop nods toward the tent. Finish it. The boy talks or he dies. Zayden stiffens, a flicker of panic across his face. He swallows. I'll handle him. My breath trembles. Cyrus whispers. Vern. We cannot let him walk in there. I shake my head slowly. No. We stop him now. Cyrus grips my hand tight. You ready for this? I take one long breath. Then another. Then I step out from behind the tree line. Zayden. My voice slices across the yard. Everything stops. The guards freeze. Bishop turns. Cyrus limps behind me, standing tall. And my son. My son. His knees nearly buckle. Mama. He whispers it like a ghost. Like a prayer. Like a nightmare. Because in his eyes, I am supposed to be dead. I step forward. We ain't dead, son. Not even close. Cyrus steps beside me. You pushed us off that cliff. And we crawled our way back. Zayden stumbles backward, shaking his head. No. No. You. I saw you. He looks at Bishop, terrified. Bishop snarls. You said they were dead. Zayden stammers. Ray. The fall. I swear, Bishop, I thought. Bishop raises a gun. I told you no mistakes. Zayden's eyes widen. He lunges back. No, wait. I step between Bishop and my son. Not one more life gets taken today. The guards raise their weapons. Cyrus pulls me back a step, shielding me despite his broken leg. Zayden stares at me, tears welling, voice cracking. Mama. I am sorry. I swear I am sorry. Bishop said. They said. I thought you would ruin everything. I choke. Baby. You were willing to kill us for money. He sobs. I was desperate. I thought if I fixed it, if I paid them off, if I hid what I did, I could start over. I could still be your son. My heart breaks and hardens all at once. Cyrus steps forward, voice low but strong. You don't get to hurt your family, and then say you did it for your family. Bishop laughs darkly. Enough talking. He cocks the gun. But before he can shoot, a sound erupts from the tent. A scream. Tremaine. Zayden cries out. No, Bishop, stop, he is just a kid. Bishop snarls. A kid who heard too much. And that is when something in me snaps clean in two. I step forward. You want someone to finish, Bishop? Start with me. The entire ranch goes still. Bishop lowers the gun slightly, amused. And who are you, old woman? I lift my chin. The one you should have never pushed off that cliff. The one who survived. The one who's coming back for every child you hurt. And the one who brought the sheriff with her. Bishop's eyes widen. Sure. Sirens explode from behind the tree line. 3 sheriff trucks tear across the grass. Deputies jump out. Guns drawn. Ray, battered, barely standing, steps from behind one of the trucks, pointing directly at Bishop and his men. That's them, the ones who tried to kill the Holloways. Chaos floods the ranch. Bishop shoves a guard aside. Men scatter. Deputies tackle 2 of them. Zayden drops to his knees, hands in the air, sobbing. Mama, I am sorry, I am so sorry. I move toward him, slow, heart-ripping. But before I reach him, deputies grab him too. Cyrus catches me as my strength finally gives. Let them take him, Vern. He needs to face it. I lean on my husband, tears falling steady. Tremaine is pulled from the tent, bruised, shaking, alive. When he sees me, he stumbles straight into my arms. Nana. I hold him tight. I got you, baby. I got you now. Sheriff lights flash across the ranch. Bishop is cuffed and shoved into a patrol car, screaming threats that mean nothing now. Ray limps toward us. Told y'all. We'd finish this. I hug him gently. Thank you, Ray. For everything. Cyrus places a hand over mine. It's over, Vern. I shake my head softly. No. It's beginning. Because surviving is one thing. Rebuilding is another. And forgiving. Forgiving will be the hardest part. But I will face it. Just like I faced that cliff. Just like I faced Bishop. Just like I faced my son. I kiss Tremaine's forehead. We going home. All of us. I take Cyrus' hand. Ray stands on my other side. And I look straight into the morning sun. Warm, bright, new. Tonight, I was supposed to be dead. Buried. Gone. But I am still here. Stronger. Wiser. And ready to tell my story. Thank you for listening. I hope you felt every heartbeat of this journey. Before you go, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe for more powerful stories like this one, and turn on your notifications so you never miss what comes next. And drop in the comments where you are watching from. I love knowing who is sitting with me as we share these moments. My name is Laverne Holloway. And this is the day I lived again.